Hello everyone, I'm Quietly Gaming, and today we are going to be starting our Rogue playthrough. I'm actually pretty hyped about this because I have never played Rogue before, which is, as kind of like a backstory, I did play Final Fantasy roughly a year ago from when I'm posting this. Actually, it was more than a year ago. It was like March of 2022. And I explored a lot of different classes, but I never touched Rogue. So Rogue is going to be a completely new experience for me. I'm super excited. You can actually see the other playthroughs of the other classes and jobs on this YouTube as well if you're looking for that. And then I'm going to be doing summaries and reviews and tier lists and stuff on my other YouTube. So check that out. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start. Apparently this is the dude that you need to talk to for Rogue. So we're gonna go ahead and get on going. There's not behind these convenient doors for a wild, worldly type like you, Mrs. We're the ditful sisters of the Elderwis, all pure and saint-like. Now bugger off. Hey, hang on, ain't you the last that goes by the name of Quietly? I am. I knew it. We like to snitch and all. Oh, oops. If you can handle yourself half as well as you say, you might well be be of use to us. Forget all that. Sisters of the Eldwise Bollock. It's just a bit of fun to fought off the curious culls. We're a guild of rogues, lass, and it's mainly our marks as does the preying. Me and mine work in the shadows of Limsa, taking on keen edge to the rock and cacklers, whatever earned themselves a mill. We don't taught for members, but every now and again we might offer a promising young cove a place in the ranks. If ye an interest in joining us, tip us ye daddles, and we'll put a hilt in each one, just like the gods intended. So what do ye say? Fancy learning a new trade? Yeah, let's do it. Good to see you're keen, but I should probably warn ye a few points before ye dive in. Where most guilds take pride in turning their members into the best bloody candlestick makers they can be, we only care about getting the job done. And the job ain't pretty. Ye become one of us and you'll soon be neck deep in scum and knife fights. So if you're looking to scamper across rooftops and blink dandies, they're blunt, you'd best take up a different crew. Think on that and come back if you're still keen. This is gonna be a hard playthrough, guys. This dialogue is something different. Nice. Okay. Rogue. I didn't scare ye off then. Mean. They told me ye was a meddlesome lass, and so it proved. You'll need every ounce of that metal soon enough. Now, step inside and have a prattle with Jack. He's our upright man, the master of the guild. You can now freely enter the Rogues Guild. Nice. Speak with Lone Word whenever you wish to gain admittance into the guild's headquarters. Oh, that's kind of cool. So I have to talk to him and he'll let me in. He looking to head inside. Yes, let me in. This is actually hella cool. What the heck? It's like a secret society. Ooh. Look, she's gonna throw a knife. Okay, yeah, point. Good. Nice. Judge. Oh! Close. Keep practicing. Keep. We got maps. Okay. Okay. We got like bounties here, it looks like, with knives holding up the bounty papers. We got more paper. It looks like most of the papers are being held up by knives. Okay, we're not gonna judge the decor. It looks like storage. Hey, how's it going? I'm new here. That's a lot of bottles of rum, or ale, or mead. Whatever you're drinking, wine. I'm I'm not sure drinking and playing with knives is a good thing, but it's okay. I won't judge. Let's talk to the guildmaster. Hi, I'm Quietly. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm the one they call Jack. Though I'm surprised ye heard of me. Perhaps ye'd be good enough to tell me your name, along with that, the kindly cove has told ye mine. The dude by the door. Ah, name is Quietly. Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm Quietly. Old Lonnie left patch let you in, did he? Uh-huh. He can't throw a blade for shite, but that one I don't miss not when it comes to sizing up a dibber mort for the Stalin. Just one thing. Ye ain't a pirate, are ye? Nope. Well then, it's time ye was stalled to the road. Pull up ye best beater cases, and I'll swear ye to meself when ye ready. Now, I could fill ye waddles with the storied history of our guild, but that just wids and wins. The most important thing, the only thing we care about is getting the job done. Now, most folks, and I assume any among them, know that not long after Limsa's founding, the city was overrun by motley collections of pirates and thieves. But as wild as that lot were, it soon became clear that they'd all end up killing each other if they didn't lay down a few rules. An unspoken code of conduct, as it were. One, ye don't bite the purses, ye fellow Limsians. Two, ye don't rook a crew out their spoils. And three, you don't trade coals like they were cattle. I'll admit the finer points of the code are a mite murky, but most agree on those three, at least. Now, you might be thinking none of that amounts to a sack of dillberries. Now, the admirals outlawed piracy, but in the back alleys and black markets where Merleweb grip ain't so tight, the code's still alive and well. And just as the law is enforced by the Yellow Jacket, the code is regulated by us rogues. We go where the shadows are darkest and hand out justice to them as break the code. Some rum-soaked cove steals goods from the wrong coal, and we steal them back. And that's the code. My natty lass. Of course, we don't hop the twig when blade work called for neither. You'll see there's more to our dagger play than just sticking coals with the pointy end. You'll weaken a mark with poison, fade away and strike at the darkmans, whatever it takes to get the work done. Well, Quietly, what do ye say to that? Got the guts to do a rogue's job? Fuck yeah, let me in there. Let me at him. Alright, first off, we'll have to get ye kit sorted out. A rogue needs to be light on her dew eaters to stay on the mark's trail. The job might have ye fighting across the deck or weaving through a mob. And the last thing ye want is a bleeding great battle axe that what hooks itself on every rope and post. That's why we stick to daggers. And they let ye slip through the streets just as easily as they slip through a rook's ribs. Here, take these stabbers and let's see how they look on ye. Just don't get so excited with ye new toys that ye forgets to dress for the role. Ye'd be surprised at how many colts come back to me in their bloody small clothes. So get dressed before we return. Got it. Oh, this dialogue's gonna be a lot to get through. Alright. So we dressed to impress. Yep, we look roguelike. Jack wishes to give you a few pointers on dagger play. Manage to strap those daggers on without cutting yourself. Well, we're off to a good start, I'd say. Next, you'll want to get a feel for the weight and speed of your new weapons. I reckon those bleeding feats in the field outside Limsa should serve for ye first lesson. Aye. Deep blade on a few them lambs, then slice up some rats and puglins for good measure. Mind that ye mill them beasties one at a time, though, lass. I know ye've served far worse in the past, but ye're no damber with them stabbies just yet. Good sweet lord. Alright. Let's go use the stabbies to kill something. Done with ye millin, are ye? You can never have enough blade practice, lass. In fact, I'll even add a list of marks to ye hunting log. Pit yourself against the law, and then you'll soon learn some new steps of ye dance with daggers. Aye, you must think yourself as a dancer, not a bleeding butcher. You only need so much force to ram a short bow into the hilt. A short blade into the hilt. Precision and speed, that's how you get the most out of ye stabbers. Bulky armor will only have ye plodding about like an ungainly urch. So make sure you're wearing gear that'll let ye move freely as well. Alright, get ye blade work up to scratch quietly, and I might have a job for ye. Alright, let's go to the next quest. Oh, quietly, I must say, you looking comfortable enough with those stabbers of yours. Aye, I reckon you're good and ready for your first assignment. Yep, put me in, coach. Ordinarily, I'd stow me whittles and let ye get on with ye work, but seeing as we only just dragged ye into the shadows, there might be a couple of things what ye ain't yet familiar with. Let's build on what ye likely do know, and that's the fact that the Admiral, God bless her soul, has outlawed piracy in Limsa Lominsa. So, why do ye think there's still so many sodden pirates in this town? I'll tell ye why. It's 'cause there's still one way for 'em to loot and pillage without incurring the wrath of the law. All you need to do is apply to serve the Thelocracy as a certified privateer. A captain with a privateer's license is free to terrorize the sea till the ailed goats come home, so long as he only targets vassals that belong to the Garlean Empire. Of course, considering how bloody vast the Empire is, there's plenty of looting to go around. Crews fill their holds with Imperial plunder, then sail back here to Limsa to offload the spoils, and that's where this particular case went sour. See, this one crew got their Fambles on a Magitek device, firing mechanism to be precise, but was rooked out of their hull by some heavy-handed coves. If you recall, that don't sit well with the code. If you're bold enough to rook a pirate, out his due, then he'd best be prepared to prepared for a visit from the rogues. Ah, speaking of visiting rogues, Underfoot, over here, lad. I want a pair of ye working together on this. Pass sentence on them code-defying rooks and bite back the Magitek heart. What's the last need me for? You're in charge of new recruits, ain't you? It's Quietly's first assignment. You need to go along and give her a benefit of your wisdom. Since when was I in charge of new recruits? Oh, bugger it. So I guess we're to be partners for the now. The name's Perimu Herimu, but most me fellows call me Underfoot. He might seem a touch reluctant, but Perimu's one of our best. You just do as he says and you'll get the job done. Audit. Hiya, Perimu. Alright, then, me young rogue, seeing as this is ye first official outing, I want to be sure ye dance steps are up to the task. With them shoulder blades, ye need to get it good and close to ye mark, eh? But we ain't bleeding swads and shining armor. And the lighter kit we wear ain't much protection for the click to the gain. So if ye don't dance spitting blood and teeth, ye best defense is simply not being there when ye mark winds up to land a nasty clod. Sliding around to the flank usually does the trick, but there's some rum fun every rogue should master. The shade shift. Clear ye mind and trust in ye speed, and ye can leave an axe-wielding brute or spell flinging mage cast in ye shadows while ye bury ye stabbers in his gut. Right. Now it's time you put this lesson into practice against some of those Arglians outside in Lower Lanoska. I hope he was paying attention, lass, cause those tentacles can pack a wallop. Enjoy. Return. The victor. None with you practice, then. The string of them tentacle buggers soon teach ye to stay on ye toes, eh? Ahem. Now we've got ye bloody Russian. I'd say it's time to get down to work. First things first, we need to track down them addle coves, what rooked the Magitek Gadget. Might be as one of our rogues has heard something. The guild thrives on information, you see, and we've agents scattered far and wide with their gazes keen and their wattles to the ground. Let's pay us a visit to old Itamon in Drowned Wench. Ask her for a weak ale and see what that gets ye. I'm not setting ye up for a laugh, lass. Trust me. Okay. All right. We are back, and we have found Itawan here. See what she has to say. Okay. My headphones are now on. Nice. Look up the drowning wench. What's your pleasure, miss? Oh, fuck. Strong ale. Certainly, miss. Take a seat and I'll bring it straight to you. Changed your mind? What did he say? Never in my day. Okay. If our usual ale is too bold for your taste, mayhaps you'll like to order from the underground menu. Hi, there's quite a lot to offer for a customer with your roguish charms. As there's something in particular I can help you with. Yeah. Trouble over the Magitek loot was not a subtle job. The gang in question is an unusual group of former pirates calling themselves the Dainty Demolishers. They seem to be enamored of court dandy mannerisms and have a preference for seizing Garlean machinery. They're also known for conspiring with goblins. Rumor says that the Demolishers visit a beast man camp in the middle of Lanoska to fetch their goods. And those goods generally take the form of imperial technology. I imagine the goblins were rather pleased to take possession of Mark LX, 10, I don't know what that is, anti-craft cannon firing mechanism. If you mean to steal the device back, then your trail leads to the goblin camp in Summerford. Summerford, eh? On your way, lass. Meet me across the river from the camp and we'll plan our next move. Got it. I see goblins. Hand underfoot. Get ye noggin down quietly. I'll be snilching the action across the way he did there. No sign of the Demolishers, but I did see one of them gambler coves snuffing the Garlean Gadget into his backpack. I knew Ituan would steer us all right. This is ye chance, lass. Cloud that gambling goblin and grabble that device. Eh? I lost track of which gobble it was, but I'm thinking it's that sod on the left. Just make sure to dance away from any bomb blasting, twisting, and dodging. And the middle of the fireball might not save ye from getting ye eyebrows singed off. Jesus. Okay. One on the left, huh? That's the way, lass. There was aught for me to do but sit here on my dandles and watch. So you've got the goods then. I got 'em. Aye, this is the device, and no mistaken. Let's get back to the guild, eh? We still owe them Demolisher bastards a million, but they'll keep for the now. Here, you should be the one to deliver the prize to Jack. It was ye hand that snatched it out of the goblin's paw, after all. Nice. Sure, I'll take it. Captain, I say, some fiend has perpetrated violence upon our goblin colleagues whilst we sought but to wet our throats with fine libations. Look at him over there. This will not stand, Captain. Our finely filched loot has been pilferied from under our noses. Blast and bother. My blood boils and bubbles at the temerity of the affront. I know not the identity of these audacious buffoons, but they shall be made to pay, and pay dearly. with me, my fine fellows. Huzzah! Dun dun dun. Here you go. He managed to gobble the firing mechanisms yet quietly. We got him. She's gonna get it this time. I can feel it. Ah, still in one piece too. You've done well for your first assignment, lass. It don't look like much, but that crew put their lives on the line to cloy this here bauble. They'll be pleased to see it snatched back from the ruffians. We've yet to do for the dainty demolishers, Jack. The job ain't over. You right, Underfoot. It ain't. You break the code, you face the consequences. Oh no. This is not at all what I expected from the inside of a convent. And who might you be, sirs? Your ignorance is understandable. After all, our schemes are always perfect, our heists impeccable. Shall I reveal our infamous name and drink in your delicious terror? We are deadly, dastardly, and dictionally devilish. Quail before the dainty demolishers. Ah. Captain, I say, there's the louse who misappropriated our merchandise. I concur. She's the self-same simpleton whom we trailed unnoticed to this very establishment. Surprise, surprise! Now, my dear dandies, let us not be unpleasant. We should endeavor to resolve this distastefulness without resorting to insult or other less diplomatic methods. At least, not yet. You there. Yes, the clean-cheeked errand boy. Errand? Be a good fellow and fetch me your superior. One of your colleagues has committed a terrible crime against us, and we shall not be leaving until the proper restitution has been paid. Oh-ho, an errand boy now, am I? Tell me, Captain, just what kind of place do you think this is, then? This place? Why, I suppose it's some manner of convent, and the one-eyed doorman named it the Dutiful Sisters of the Edelweiss, or some such. And you've yet to realize your mistake. Your fate was sealed the moment you dragged your sorry quarrons across the threshold. Are you threatening me, boy? I'll have my fellows cut that imprudent tongue. We've exhausted our reserves of dainty today, lads. Show these fraudulent sisters how the demolishers deal with upstarts. Well, you still don't understand, do you? Oh, shit. Ooh. Ooh. Can I simp? There are but 3 sorts of coals. Coals that the doorman will let pass. Clients, recruits. God, spit. I'll kill you all. Didn't your mom teach you not to interrupt a lady when she's talking? You'd have learned that the third sort of coal is a bullock for brains mark what marches himself right into the rogue's den. Hmm? Rogues? But we were so careful. I'd heard tales in my pirate days, stories about the merciless race to uphold the code. They weren't called rogues back then, but the upright thieves, they were. The thieves in the shadows. Yep, that's us. You can't be them. You're just trying to scare me. Well, the captain of the Dainty Demolishers is not so easily cowed. To hells with your deception. Huzzah! Huzzah for my fallen comrades. No. Deception, eh? Anyone ye meet could be a rogue, Captain. Even a clean-cheeked errand boy. He's still breathing. Find some rope and string him up someplace in town. And now the job's done. Quite an introduction ye had there, eh? Welcome to Limsa Lominza's ever-churning underbelly, where the thieves shed their skin and become rogues. Nice. That was cool, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is my favorite story so far. And we're only like 2 quests in. I'm not much for discussing the old days, but since it's come up, I might as well clear up the confusion. It was back when piracy was at its peak. The coves that protected the code were dimmer dammers, the best lads and lasses to be had from among the pirate crews. And they bit back the goods, what was wrongly bitten, and came for the guilty under cover of Darkman's. Upright Thief became the title of those coves, what dealt in sanctioned stealin' and millin'. But it was only those as had cut all ties with the butcherin's life that was accepted into the ranks, conflict and loyalties and all that. They formed their own guild and even their own way of speaking, and what was once pirate was pirate no more. Later on, when Merrilweb became the admiral, the upright thieves agreed to abide by her laws. We become the Rogues Guild to mark the change and altered our recruiting policy to accept adventurers like yourself, but although the title is different, the job remains the same. Uphold the code and preserve the underground society what spawned us. Just as you've done with this assignment. Keep up the good work quietly, and you'll go far in the shadows. Nice. I like that. Alright, I can't talk to this guy until level 10. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over... lady, she's not here anymore. My queen! Okay, we're just gonna go here. It's fine. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out again. I'm Quietly Gaming. We're playing through the Rogue playthrough. This is the first time I've played through it, so I'm actually quite excited. You can check out the other class and job story playthroughs on this channel of my YouTube, as well as the actual expansions. And I'm going to be doing class, recaps, and a bunch of other story type stuff on my other YouTube, so go ahead and go check that out as well. For now, that's all. Goodbye!